Friday night. Who is excited that we have gotten to Friday night? Me. And you know what's going to happen next Friday night? Actually, I don't know this. This is how rumors get started. Next Friday night, we will, well, we is a loose term. I may know, if my child chooses to tell me, if he's gotten into Carolina and or state. I am putting money that we find out next Friday night. You heard it here first with Adrian Muir. That's who I'm going to be in my next life. Adrian Woodmuir. It's Friday. I realize I don't live in North Korea. I don't live in Buffalo with no electricity. I've got it pretty good. I've got lights. I just ate a plate of nachos that I made, which is why I'm chubby. And just been to McDonald's to get somebody a cheeseburger. But I will tell you, me had some struggle this morning. My neck. And this special needs parenting thing, it ain't for sissies. Where does he really want to go? Ooh, my son, where does my son want to go? I don't think he knows. I think he really wants to get into state in Carolina. But if you said to me right now, he's gotten in everywhere, where is he going? I would 100% say he doesn't know what he's going to choose. And he doesn't hear from South Carolina Honors College until mid-February. So I wonder if he's going to wait for that to open up too. This just go on for years. Yeah, it's been a good day. Tonight I had Zooms with my super fans. So that was neat. I did 2 Zooms. I did that long ago, and it was really fun. So that was actually great, and I would do it more. It was really nice. It's fun to, you know, on these videos when I'm talking, I'm not sitting like chit-chatting with people because it's distracting to the other people, right? Like you're like, well, she's talking to so-and-so about their cat or their hamster had to go to the vet, and, you know, then they went out with their husband and they got something, and did they find that eggplant? You know, like we're having these like silly conversations. So that's not what this is, even though it appears. Hello, Adrian Muir, unless you call me Adrian Muir. So anyway, that's just the way it is. But this morning, I've had a hard time. Amos is struggling with, getting back in the routine of school. And he has not been in school a full week. And since, I think December 8th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Today's the 16th, right? Is today the 16th? Oh, I'm in February. Shit, totally. Where are we? Yes, but anyway, it doesn't matter. He's still in 6 weeks. 6 weeks of not 5 days of school. How do we know when you're scheduling a Zoom? So if you are a super fan and you have signed up for the super fan page, which is the Educated Debutante, not the Tales of an Educated Debutante, which is $10 a month. No commentary for that. I put a link up and say, hey, we have a Zoom. And so every week on the Superfan page, we do something special. So last Friday night, it's just been on Fridays, which is kind of good for people to count on it. Last Friday, my friend Mary Scott and I ended up doing a late night video, and we did a lot of laughing. And next Friday, it might be my son Russell talking to you about something else. It's very doubtful. Or my father-in-law talking about something, or, you know, whatever. Anyway, la. So this morning, I'm trying to get Amos to school. It was terrible. And so I did this video. And sometimes I do this, not as much for me, but I think it's really important to be honest and truthful about what life is like, you know? And it's a dance. So sometimes it's like, well, you don't want it to be too negative. You don't want it to be too positive, but you want it to be accurate, right? Because if I'm choosing and cutting parts from my life, you know, I don't have any freaking scissors because everybody's taking them. But if I've got a piece of paper and I'm hacking it into little pieces, I could make a square, I could make a rectangle, I can make a triangle. So I can make you see what I want you to see. Well, I don't want to do that. What my goal is to do is to give you the whole Post-it note. And sometimes the Post-it note might be, you know, beat up. Sometimes it might be crisp. Sometimes it might be torn. And so I think I'm trying to stay true to myself, which is being honest. So taking him to school this morning, and I've had 3 typical children. And I think that's a really important part of this story for me and how I kind of gauge the way I'm feeling. Taking a 10-year-old to school who is screaming and crying when you drop him off is debilitating. And maybe it's because I had 3 children that I just said, get out of the car. I watched this morning. It helped me not feel so alone with dealing with my daughter's disability. So I'm glad that is the goal. Probably that's the primary goal. And the secondary goal is I want other people who watch my life and think, well, she's, you know, loves to complain, or watch my life and say, well, that looks terrible. I want them to really see what it's like, and not for pity, not for anything other than what it is, which is, I have a wonderful life. You know, I would argue anybody out there that's sitting on Facebook tonight inside their house, I would assume that you're pretty damn good. You're not in North Korea where children with disabilities get tossed on a street corner and it's frickin' freezing over there. And so I think if you're here, you're okay. You know, you probably had dinner tonight and I hope you're warm. But this morning was hard, and we just went to Great Wolf Lodge. We had a great time. Amos was good as gold. I mean, he just was awesome. He loved it, and it was wonderful. And I was so appreciative of that. And I love nothing more than to tell a story when everything is good, because that's honestly, sex sells, right? Not real sex. At least nobody's buying it over here. But that's what people want to hear. They want positive. The world is hungry for positive. And that kind of makes it hard because, well, it makes it hard, right? Because people they feel uncomfortable when you get too real. And so tonight, I thought it would be fun to read the top 20 comments I got this morning when I was kind of sharing this truth and honesty, right? And then I have 7 comments that I loved about what to say. So what you're going to hear is comments. And if I'm reading your comment, don't send me a message. Don't cry. Don't carry on. Don't blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm using you as an example. Suck it up, Buttercup. You're going to be fine. It's like when the preacher is up there talking about something, or Blair's teacher says something to her, and Blair's like, I know she was talking about you. Well, you know what? Deal with it. That's what it is. Okay? Deal with it. My sister's in the middle trying to potty train her 5-year-old son who has Down syndrome. She is at her wits' end with all the free advice. So, Leslie, I have some advice for your sister. You ready? Don't potty train yet. That's some advice people gave me, and I thought it was useful. So I could say to her sister, Leslie's sister, hey, I've been to potty training camp in Atlanta. I had a 5-year-old who was not potty trained. It worked for us at 6. I wish I'd done this. And Leslie's sister is going to say, well, you know what? I trust her because she knows what's happening in my life. But if Georgia Jones says, well, you know, my daughter was 2, and what I did was I just said to her, I am not going to change your diapers anymore, and you need to use the potty. And she did it. So you should just tell your child, I'm not going to change your diapers anymore. This is the kind of SH you know what that people say to us. It's nuts. So I'm going to just give you an example. So some of you might think this is funny, and some of you might get your feelings hurt. This is upsetting. See? It's already upsetting. Why is this upsetting? Oh my God, I'm not reading the comments. Number 1. So I wrote top 10 comments related to autism, anxiety, issue venting, fix-it society, someone who's meant to be. That might be the next name of my book. Fix It, Living in the Fix-It Society. If you steal that title, I don't have it trademarked, but I'm going to come and get you. I think today I told somebody when they said something that I was going to break a glass in their ice maker. I actually did that one time. It was totally an accident. Okay. Number 1, both you and he need behavior training. Woof. Number 2, he doesn't have anxiety on the airplane or in the lazy river. He clearly doesn't want to go to school. Lots of 10-year-old kids dislike school, like my grandson. There's so much packed in that sentence. He doesn't have anxiety on the airplane or the lazy river. Well, I think that was somebody named Sissy. Sissy, I'm going to just tell you a little teensy little thing. Most people don't have anxiety about something that they're excited to do. So if I've just found out I am running a marathon tomorrow, I'm anxious. I'm chubby. I'm out of shape. My ankles turn. My knees hit. I've got thigh rub. I mean, this is bad times, right? But if you say to me, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm bringing you a check for $100,000. Well, I don't have anxiety. There's no anxiety. That is the dumbest bunch of mess to point out that somebody doesn't have anxiety when they're doing something good. Nobody has anxiety over something they want to do. This is unreal. Aaron, if you say one more word, you are banned for life. Now, number 3. Why do you bother with this page if it gives you so much grief? Because I'm a sick individual. I am a sicko. The same reason I spent 9 hours at Wet Walmart. I am committed to my path in life. That's why. Number 4. If you want to be honest with yourself, Amos wants to call the shots, and you need to stop it with all the excuses. We as a family have been there and done it. Just like the TV. Take it away from him. He has to learn the real world will not bend every whim of your children. Yes, fine in the classroom, because he knows they will not tolerate it. What is Wet Walmart? Great with flies. Are you crazy? Just like the TV, take it away. So if I had 3 10-year-olds, I got diplomas hanging around here. I got it together. My other 10-year-olds, when I said to them, turn off the frickin' TV, they turned it off. And if they didn't turn it off, I would say, if you don't turn off that TV, then tomorrow you're not going to go to rec basketball. Well, I can't threaten Amos with anything. He doesn't have anything to threaten him with. The only threat I can give to him is you're going to go to school. So there's no threat that's worse than what he doesn't want to do, right? Number 5, with all your degrees, you know not to compare children with disabilities. I don't even know what that means. Nobody's heard of Wet Walmart? It's Great Wolf Lodge. You can't compare people with disabilities. I can say that there is a thread of truth for moms of kids with special needs, just like there is a thread of truth for moms who are mothers of black teenage sons. And I would think that those mothers would tell you, we know something that you fools don't, right? Carry on. Oh, this is really a good one. He clearly dislikes school, just like most kids, with an eye roll. So one of my favorite things is when Amos gets compared to most kids. Let me tell you something, partner. You come on over here and you get Amos to bed and you get him up for school and you don't sleep for about 8 years and you just talk to me about how he's like most kids. Number 7, we need to stop eating inflammatory foods and stop heating our foods in plastic. How do you feel about drinking hand sanitizer? You know, the thing is, I actually worry about heating things in plastic. And then I think to myself, you have got bigger fish to fry than eating out of that darn plastic. Number 8. Oh, Jan. Marsha. This is from Jan. Yep. Jan, you're getting called out. This one is just downright offensive. Be glad you don't have to be up and dressed for a real job every day, and you can't go late or come home and cry. You are privileged. You have a job you can skip or not do while on trips. Damn it. I realize that what I do seems like kind of a combination of Saturday Night Live meets Romper Room meets Megyn Kelly / Oprah Winfrey. Drunk fans at a basketball game. But it is a real job. And yes, I agree. I get what you're saying. What you're saying is, what if you had a job that wasn't flexible? You have an amazing job, but I'm not privileged to have the job. Am I? Are you ever privileged to have a job? Don't you have a job because you work? Like, can you be privileged to have... I could be privileged to have a nice husband, or I could be privileged to have 4 healthy children, right? But oh, Aaron. Goodbye, Aaron McCormick. It was nice knowing you. It's a real fine line of, you're so lucky. Well, Jan, you are not in North Korea. So I'm going to just give you the same little thing. But I totally agree with you. My friend Kate Swenson said that today. When I had to work at PBS, I had to get from school and I thought, I'm going to lose having I'm going to lose my job, you know? But I just don't think things that you've worked hard to have happen are privileges. A privilege is like, I'm going to let you drink all my Gatorade, you know? I'm appreciative, but it's not like it was handed over to me. Nobody said, and here is your debutante blog. Okay? Privilege to have a job you like. Yes, totally agree. Keep freezing. Well, you're the only one freezing, Sue, because I have 4 bars and I am sucking on my modem. Okay, now, number 9. Wait, did I already say this one? Every child goes through this. When I shake my head, I hear my spine twitch. Cindy, I know you're not asking a question, or you're going to get in trouble. Aaron needs to go. Aaron is gone. Privilege, if we're going to talk about privilege, privilege is a word that it's just a passive-aggressive way of saying, hush up, debutante, and quit complaining. I know passive-aggressive. I invented it. My middle name is Pa. Adrian Pa Muir. Okay. Every child does not go through this. I had 3 10-year-olds. Number 10. With all your degrees, can't you locate a proper school for Amos? Has anybody said that I don't like my school? I love our school. Amos, honestly, he loves his school. Now, he doesn't want to go to school, but it's not because he doesn't really like it and have awesome teachers. He doesn't want to go to school, not his school, just school in general. And FYI, I live in the hinterlands. I live in eastern North Carolina. So if you're looking at the state of North Carolina, well, everything's always backwards. So I would say it was here, but on the map, how you're looking at it, it's way up here on the Albemarle Sound. And we got one school, uno escuela. So I guess I could move, or my husband could, up and quit practicing law. That would be fun. This one's funny. You want followers, but then you berate them when they try to offer suggestions. Try a little kindness. Well, I don't want you as a follower. Yeah, so tickled. But you can get him out of the car for airports and Great Wolf Lodge. Who was that? Was that Deanna? I think that was Sissy. There are some people that are really struggling with anxiety not being related to something you're excited to do. I get your life. Why do others not? That's because you're a nation. You wish you were on Oprah Winfrey. Who? What? Jackie Wade. Jackie. You're about to be in trouble. I don't wish I was Oprah Winfrey. I don't need Oprah Winfrey. I'm Adrian Muir. You put yourself here on social media with people who care, and it's rude for you to, in essence, just say, sit there, shut up, and listen. I never said. I might make a new shirt, though. Sit there, shut up. I've never told anybody to shut up in my life. Well, that's not true. I think one time I did tell one of the children to shut up. It's very rare. It must have been something really bad. Jackie's not going to get a sticker. Sit there, shut up, and listen. Yes, this is not a democracy. This is a monarchy. This is like King Mswati, who of Swaziland. He lives in a castle in Baban, Mbabane. And King Mswati has 200 wives and 600 kids. And ain't nobody voting for King Mswati. Thought you compared yourself to her. Well, I said I was like a mix of, there's a little Oprah in me. I mean, if I was so bored that I had to argue with me, I would like tell myself to go, I don't know, do like a mud mask or something. Anyway. Oh, this is a really good one. Don't talk to him when driving or when you drop him off. So I'm going to get him in the car, which takes a tremendous amount of effort. And then we're going to get in the car and I'm not going to say anything. What? Then he would scream about that. I mean, that's crazy. Even children with autism can understand consequences. I have a nephew. There's always a nephew. Somebody's got some autistic cousin or nephew. And I have seen his behavior change by taking his TV away, which he loves. He has learned to control himself. I'll be damned. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to take that TV away, and poof! The autism's going to be gone. It's amazing. And now this was really a good one. Can you homeschool for a while? No, no way. Negative ghostwriter. Not happening. No. No. If I were married, if I were married to the next president of the United States, which actually my husband really could be in the running considering who's up there. I mean, in this year going to be such a, you know what? I wouldn't homeschool him because that would require me. I have a job. I know you people don't think I'm an anesthesiologist, but what I do, I like. I like working. Homeschooling and working. There's no, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the doors and see all the people. No, there is like 18-wheelers hitting each other. It ain't happening. Just to get that clear. I think there's two more. Hold on. Okay, here's one. I don't know which one. I wanted to save the best one for last. Have the school resource officer take him out of the car. So I'm going to drive to school and I'm not going to speak. And then we're going to get to school and we're in the carpool line. And then we're just going to pull up and this man in a police officer outfit is going to open up the door and he's going to grab Amos and get him out of the car. That seems like it's really fun. That seems fun. Citizen's arrest. I mean, where did these people come from? Number 21. Now this one actually doesn't make me mad, but it's pretty damn funny. Get a car just to ride to school in his favorite color. So if you go back and watch my video from this morning, buy a car in Amos's favorite color. So I'm going to get a purple Lamborghini. I'm going to throw his fanny in the car after I've taken away his TV. I'm not going to speak to him. And then we get there in the purple Lamborghini. The doors are going to, and the police officer's going to grab him out of the car. I don't really establish a wonderful relationship with Amos someday when he's walking from the grocery store and somebody yells, stop, and he runs away and then gets tased. I mean, like, this is a concern that these are the things that come in people's brains. I mean, but they're sort of awesome. Yeah, I used to have this wonderful person named Sasha Fierce would write me these terrible emails. Sasha, if you're out there, send me another one because I miss you. Now, here are things to say. Now, this is serious. This is definitely serious. Well, these aren't even what to say. These are things, though, that matched what I was feeling. Number one, unless you have an autistic child or you work with one, you have no clue. High five. Two, so many people don't understand the broad range of anxiety and how many different things it can affect. My friend Sarah said that. That's so true. Anxiety is not my friend. Number three, it's January. Everyone hates January. Actually, that's my friend Casey's quote that I then used, and one of my followers read it back. Number four, unless you have a child with autism or have worked with one, these people, with their advice for the regular child, can kick rocks. There's no comparing. Trying to tap into an autistic child's mind is exhausting and impossible. Oh gosh. Deanna Bruner, you're back. Deanna, here's one that you just said. You're the one that said he clearly dislikes school just like most kids do. And you're back tonight for more. He is not most kids. Most kids don't dislike school. I know 100 10-year-olds, and I don't know any other 10-year-olds who are neurotypical that have had the teacher leave the third grade classroom and they have to hold the door shut while the mother leaves. Deanna, so go on with your bad self, and you might be a fool, and you legitimately might be one, because that is dumb as rocks. Seriously. Our autistic kids, I love this. I've never heard this before. Autistic kids are reactive, not much responsive. Isn't that interesting? They're reactive, not responsive. It's very true. Really had never thought about that. Working with an autistic child is like having 13 plates in the air, and at any moment, one will fall on your head, causing pain and frustration. Every single moment is being 3 steps ahead mentally. I should have written down who said these quotes. This is geniusness. Every single moment is being 3 steps ahead mentally. So when you are getting ready to get in the car, you're thinking about, he's got to have a seatbelt on. Do we have his backpack? Does he have his blankie? We're getting ready to get to school. You need to hand me your blankie. We're going to put your backpack on. We're going to get out of the car. Is he going to get out of the car? Is he going to wave? Is he going to run into school? Did he eat breakfast? If he doesn't eat breakfast, what's going to happen? Every minute of the day is you're 5 steps ahead. It's so tiring. So thank you for whoever said that. It's really good. Number 7, the anxiety blocks out me even being able to speak to my child. When the anxiety is so high, there is nothing you can say that could be right. Nothing. And maybe that's the reactive, not responsive. So anyway. So yes, I like to laugh and tease and be funny, and because I think it's important, Donna, I feel like you try to justify his reactions. You either know or you don't. I mean, I would just encourage people to stay in their own lane. go somewhere else and complain. This is not a good place for you. I will not let you hide. Elizabeth, anxiety is also not predictable. That's the part of kids with autism that's hard. It doesn't always unfold the same as anticipated. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm no dummy. But look at me. I got greasy hair. I've had on this sweatshirt for 3 days because I am exhausted. I mean, really tired. I have 26 preschoolers and none of them dislike coming to school. And Michelle O'Connor just said they're preschoolers. Who doesn't love preschool? Well, I will say, Michelle, that Amos didn't like going to preschool. You know, it was hard. It's always been hard. And the thing is, you don't know. It's the 13 plates in the air. You don't know when it's going to be hard. Friday, they said he had the best day. Now, I guessed it was going to be hard because we were going to be out of school a few more days. But you just don't really know. Hi. Anyway. My nice husband. Thomas, do you remember any of our other kids having a hard time going to school in the morning?
No.
See? I got a lot of comments today about every child goes through this. And I was like, either I blocked it out or I don't remember us having a real hard time having to take the two of us to get him out of the bed in the morning.
Russell, you know, like get testing going in, but it wasn't.
You didn't have to drag him in.
No. Yeah, no, nothing.
He'd just say, I don't yike to go. Can you hit the special sound button? Oh, you should have told me to do it already. Because alas, the video is over. Anyway, tomorrow you think you're a subscriber. Mary, you might be on the other page and not this one, I reckon. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., we have a subscriber video where we have a field trip planned. Field trip planned, 10 a.m. And then tomorrow, I don't know what else we have after that. Sunday night, my page, we have Autism Trifecta Moms, but it's going to be a difecta because Carrie can't come, so it's just Kate and I at 8:30 Sunday night. Old Mom Sunday night with a special guest is what it's going to be. But thank y'all.